It's time for another Baby Theater. Today, we're going to be talking about the Three Little Bears. You see, there once were three little bears. There was a mama bear, there was a papa bear, and there was a baby bear. Baby bear, dang, 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 baby bear, dang, 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 baby bear. Yep. And then, on top of this baby bear, is a whole family unit, right? So, they were out looking for picnic baskets, and they couldn't find any, right? You looked everywhere, and they flipped over a bunch of tables, dug through some trash, threw it all over the ground. They were lifting up stuff just to do it. They just did it, and then they'd throw it on the ground, no problem. I mean, that was kind of their go-to. Lift it up, throw it on the ground. Lift it up, throw it on the ground. Scratch it up, bite it. It's whatever. It's like it's a bop it, basically. But bear bop it, a bop it bear, and bear edition, and. But they finally came along this little log cabin, right? Kind of weird, just right out in the middle of nowhere, but that's how log cabins are. They're just out in the wilderness. And Papa Bear said, which actually meant that he needed to go inside and check it out. But only he knew that, because they didn't have any actual language to communicate very well. But everybody kind of knew, so it wasn't really that they didn't know. It was just they only had a hunch. They had an inkling, They had a little bit of an inkling. So then, Papa Bear comes in, he goes, and it looked like it was safe. And so Mama Bear comes in and puts Baby Bear on her shoulders. And is like, Baby Bear was like, right? And so Papa Bear goes, and there were 3 bowls of oatmeal on the table, and Papa Bear was like, started eating the first one, right? And he was like, ah! It was poisoned. Daddy Bear fell over, dead. Crazy. I guess that's what happens when you start eating people's food. I don't know. But pretty messed up. And Mama Bear said, wow. And she ate the second bowl. And that bowl didn't have any poison in it. But it didn't taste very good. So it looked like it was some kind of science experiment gone wrong. I guess it wasn't oatmeal after all. It was irradiated slop from a scientist. Now Baby Bear, he goes, eats the last one. And that one, it tasted good. It tasted real good. I mean, it was basically like the best oatmeal ever. And that's because it was probably because it was actually oatmeal. But, yeah. I think it was meat meal. But really it was just meat. Most likely some kind of meat. So then it was really just Baby Bear and Mama Bear at that point. I mean, Papa Bear's not around anymore. So they go in and they see a bathroom. And Mama Bear's like, she grabs this towel and she starts chewing on it. But guess what? It was too small. It was too small. When she wrapped her teeth around it, it just tore like a bandage. And Baby Bear was like, ah. He grabbed another towel, and it was the perfect bite. He could tear it. It didn't rip to shreds. He just, you know? He was all about it. He was all about it. He was about it. Nom nom. Nom nom nom. So then, yeah. So then, Mama Bear and Baby Bear, they started to go into another room, and they saw 3 beds there. Mama Bear said, she still had that ripped up, shredded up towel in her mouth. And she started choking on it. Asphyxiated. So then it was just Baby Bear all by himself. And Baby Bear jumped into the little bed. And it was too little. It was too little. It was too little. It's tiny. Teeny tiny. And he jumped into a big bed. And he was like, still too tiny. Then he jumped into the big bed. And he was like, just right, he said to himself. And he fell asleep on the bed. And then along comes the soldier man. And the soldier man's like, what are you doing in my swamp? And the Baby Bear was like, right? I mean, dead bears all over the soldier man's house. The soldier man was like, I'm gonna get me some. And he went and he got his gun. And Baby Bear was like, get that crap out of here. Slash the gun in half. He's like, get out of here, soldier man. You can't do nothing. And soldier man said, well, I gotta get me some of this oatmeal. He started making himself some oatmeal. Because the bears had already eaten it all. I mean, he couldn't shoot the bear anyway. Because his gun was destroyed. So once he got the oatmeal made, he was like, all right, bear, get out of here. And he threw the oatmeal outside to see if the Baby Bear would go get it. Baby Bear was like, I make my own oatmeal. And you know what kind of oatmeal he made? Soldier oatmeal. Soldier oatmeal. Because he carved up the soldier, mixed him up, put him in a pot, stirred him up. That is how he invented meatloaf. And Baby Bear went, and he actually went all the way to the meat market. He started selling his meatloaf, And he didn't use money though. He was like, nah, don't worry about money. What he did was he was like, I'll trade you for a picnic basket. But nobody could understand it at the meat market, right? So they all screamed, started running away. Obviously, it's meatloaf, just looked like a person, So it wasn't like it looked very appetizing to, regular humans. But you know, he tried it anyway. Now he did find a lot of picnic baskets in there, because especially in the frozen food aisle, he's just nomming down, man. So he technically did trade in his meatloaf for a bunch of picnic baskets, but you know, it wasn't really what you would normally expect from picnic baskets. It was more picnic bags of chicken wings. He particularly liked the spicy ones, the spicy wings, and you know, it was way better than meatloaf. I'll tell you that. Well, what he considered meatloaf. So then, you know, Baby Bear was pretty much world famous at that point, because there's a viral video that went out, and so you know, the YouTube channel that posted it boosted up real quick, and they made like millions. Guess how much Baby Bear saw from those profits, from that revenue? Zero, literally $0, 0 cents. So his bottom line was really like nom, you know. That's pretty much just his bottom line in general. But he didn't need money anyway, to be honest, because, you know, wherever he went, he was full. Wherever he went, he had food to eat, you know. And then eventually, you know, Baby Bear, he grew up and became Papa Bear himself. There you go. But yeah, he lived a pretty long bear life. So, it was fun times.